Welcome in. S&S Week 15 Best Bets. We are back at it. Let's kick it off, Jer. We got 4 picks against the spread, our teaser, our underdog plays, respectively. All into one, and no more bye weeks. So every team plays from now on. Right?
More value in our picks, because when all these buys are happening, we're having to compromise some of our guidelines and some of our values that we try to stick to every week. So now I think these picks are going to be more pure, more kind of along our lines, along our rules.
Yeah, I mean, you have more options, right? Yeah, you have more options, so it just makes sense that it should be easier to choose from, right? So a nice full slate. I looked at next week. We got 2 Saturday games, including Eagles and Commanders, and I think it's Bears and Packers. So we're going to get our Saturday games kicked off next week. Okay, a little look back for last week in the world of the NFL. Week 14, 6-2 on the show, Jer. Pretty dang good. So can we back it up in Week 15? Let's find out. Platinum pick time. We are going to the Bills and the Patriots. What are you thinking in this clash?
Yeah, I'm just thinking that it's a bit of a revenge spot. Patriots have kind of just had like a cupcake schedule. They haven't played too many tough teams. And usually in these divisional matchups, it's kind of split up. And Buffalo needs this win. Let's be honest, New England can lose this game and still get first in the AFC. I don't think they're going to be, obviously they want to beat Buffalo. They're a top tier team, but I think Buffalo's got a little bit more to play for, kind of keep pace here. So and I don't expect it to be a blowout, but -1, love it. So.
Yeah, Stephon Diggs will be, I guess, trying to get his double revenge in this matchup. But it's going to be good. Good game to watch in the early slot. I am going to my pick for the Kansas City Chiefs -4.5. It's up to 5.5 now. Very unpopular pick, Jer. I've heard so much slander about the Kansas City Chiefs. Obviously, they're not the Chiefs of old. I'm not expecting them to be pulling a miracle and saying, okay, this is the week they're going to be putting up 30 points and 40 points. Probably not going to happen, but I look at the Chargers. I see a beat-up team. I see a team that went to overtime, and it took, 6 turnovers from the Eagles? Yeah, but I don't see Kansas City turning it over 6 times, right?
A little bit of a fat and happy syndrome maybe there. I know they still got to keep pace, but they are a little bit ahead of some teams.
Also, they have that Kansas City has a small revenge factor from the Sao Paulo game.
Yes.
Still game week 1. I think it was Friday. Or was it Thursday? I don't remember which one it was, but it was one of those first weeks. And or was it the Chargers? They put a whooping on Kansas City. So obviously, Kansas City's season is most likely over. They're going to need a shitload of help. They do have some cupcake games coming up, but still, they have Denver, I think, last week of the year, which is going to be tough in Denver, I believe. That's going to be tough. But I'm believing in them in this spot. I think it's just a good contrarian spot. Everyone will take Chargers after the primetime game. You just beat up on the champs. They look really spent. Justin Herbert, he didn't look like his usual self. He was running a lot, which I don't know if that's the best formula for long-term success. But I'm going to take Kansas City, lay the 4.5. It's up to 5.5. I think it's going to go up to 6 soon. I think it's just a really bad spot for the Chargers. They are the better team, but better team doesn't always cover the spread. So let's see what Kansas City can pull off at home. Can they eventually cover one spread? I think they've lost their last 5 against the spread. Okay, we're going to go on to gold picks now. I will kick it off. I am switching up my pick, and I'm taking Indianapolis plus 14. The spread, it's still 13.5 as we record, but pretty sure this will go up to 14. Riley Leonard should play. He practiced today. Played college at Duke. He's a pretty good scrambler, so I expect him to be more of a, dink and dunk game manager. Obviously, Seattle's going to stack the box, probably 9, 10 guys in there, you would think, right? So Jonathan Taylor's going to have to maybe play the screen game, maybe a little dump-off plays, whatever it's got to be. But, the Colts, yeah, they don't have Daniel Jones, but let's be honest, with Daniel Jones, were they playing that great? Not great enough to win, but they weren't getting blown out besides Jacksonville last week. So Seattle, they got the Rams next week, Thursday Night Football, major look-ahead spot. So I am going to be taking Indianapolis plus 14. Old Man Rivers, I don't think he's going to play, Jer, but maybe next week he will.
I want to see Grandpa. Come on.
Oh,
Riley
that's must-see
Leonard,
TV.
I don't want to wish ill on you, but I want him to maybe just get a little setback, and I want to see Rivers sling it. Oh, that'd be so awesome.
That's must-see TV, I think. Anyone who's a football fan knows Philip Rivers, just one of the greatest trash talkers who never said a swear word in his life, but just the narrative of a 44-year-old guy who hasn't played since 2020. I know his last couple of games were pretty bad, but he's got one of those dad bod strength type of ordeals going right now. So maybe we'll see him next week. I know the Colts host SF, so I'm taking a huge value play here. Indianapolis plus 14. The look-ahead line when Daniel Jones was healthy and Indianapolis was not looking too bad. It was only minus 3.5 for Seattle. I'm kicking myself for not taking that now, Jer. I saw that last week, and what can you do? We can't reverse time, but I will take the 14 here with Indy, and we'll move on to your gold selection. You are going to the primetime game of the week here, Denver, Green Bay. Both teams leading their divisions. Denver, 10 wins in a row. I think they lead the AFC, and they're still a dog, Jer. What's with the disrespect?
So I just think, all good things must come to an end, especially in the not for long league. And Green Bay's got to take care of business. They got to back up my prediction of Chicago going into a slide and Green Bay winning that division. And they got to do it. They know their losses to meager teams are not going to help them out down, and that tie is not going to help them out down the road here. They're going to have to win out, maybe not win out to win the division, but it's going to be tough. And they're going to start here with a statement win against the Denver Broncos. 10 wins in a row, too many. Eventually you're going to fall, and I think this is a perfect chance for both of those things to happen.
That Giants victory was a bit of a fluke, as we know. That was a crazy comeback, a lot of follies by the Giants in that game when they were up, I think, 20-something, 17 in the fourth quarter. There was like 18 or something like that. They were up, from what I remember. So obviously they're not a bulletproof team. I just found it weird that they were the underdog. Maybe it has to do with Green Bay beating Detroit and Chicago in primetime spots. Maybe they're putting a little tax on Green Bay.
Still take the under in this game, though. I read two great defenses. Maybe Green Bay to win. I'm going to say 21. If they put up 21, I think they'll keep Denver to under 21 and get the win.
What's funny, for years I thought Green Bay was more of an offensive team, but I think they've morphed more into a defensive, run the ball type of team, more of a playoff style team.
Why not, right? Yeah.
Yeah. But that's how kind of like Denver is too, and Denver, I just don't think they'll get the respect because they don't really have like the fantasy football stars, like the yardage guys, the big quarterback. So I think I was surprised Denver's the dog here, but Green Bay, the way they're playing, it's tough to go against them. Micah Parsons, this guy's getting sacks every week, Jer. So we'll see what goes on. That's a hyped up game. I'm pumped for it. So let's move on to our Sterling Silver selections for Week 15 in the NFL. Jared, you want to tell me why you are taking the Panthers over the rookie Tyler Shuck? Shucking for oysters?
I'm just going off the bye, kind of the percentage of teams that went after the bye is pretty huge. I know this is divisional tilt, and the Saints would love to spoil Carolina's chances of winning this division. But yeah, they've shown me too much. Carolina has actually shown me too much, enough to make me a believer. I think they're going to go
Wow.
in there, and I think they're just going to get the win. It might just be a field goal. That's fine, but I think they're going to go in and get the win and stay on point to finally win this division for the first time in many, many years.
I heard a fun fact that Carolina is 0-11 as a favorite in the last 4 years. So something's got to give in that streak. But
Two, right? It's too good. It's too good.
yeah. Honestly, Carolina as a favorite it's something different to see, but they've earned it. They beat some big teams, and New Orleans has looked a little bit better, but obviously they're pretty much a doormat team. So you're going to lay the 2.5 Carolina and Bryce Young and gang for Jer. For me, I'm going to probably the shittiest game on the board. And people would ask, why would this guy want to bet the Washington Commanders and New York Giants game? Well, it's not a game you're going to brag to your friends about, but it's a game that you can make some money out from. So I'm going to take the Commanders, 2.5. I'm well aware that we're not going to get starting QB. They're Jaden Daniels for the Commanders. I don't think it's too much of a worry, honestly. Jaden Daniels, Mariota, it's not too much of a drop-off right now. And I know Jackson Dart will play, but honestly, he's got to watch his playing style, Jer, and wouldn't be shocked if we see Russell Wilson in this game. And anytime you see Russell Wilson, you got to be pretty happy to be on the other side. I just look at it as two shitty teams. I'm getting points with a shit team. Washington's coming off that shutout, right? And I remember fading them against Minnesota last week. And I'm going to hop back on these Commanders. I think they got some heart, and I think they're hungry for a win. That overtime loss against Denver, another game Denver could have lost, so that's probably 2 games they probably should have. But yeah, I'm taking the 2.5 in this shit bowl, toilet bowl. But there's money to be made, so give me the Commanders 2.5. Yeah, plug your nose, close your eyes. As we move on, bronze picks. I will go with kind of an ugly dog as well, Jer. It's my MO. It's what I got to do. I'm taking Atlanta plus 4.5 on Thursday Night Football. I'm fading Tampa more than anything. Obviously, Atlanta's shit. Kirk Cousins, pick 6 machine. Yeah, I don't think Drake London will play either. I just think Tampa Bay is as beat up as can be. That defense can be had. You saw what New Orleans did to them in the second half. And Atlanta, I think they got some pride on a nationally televised game, divisional game. Tampa Bay's got a little bit of a look-ahead spot. They got Carolina next week, right? I think Carolina and Tampa play.
They get Bijan going. I don't see why not. Keep it close. Maybe Tampa wins by a field goal, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at. I don't like Tampa Bay hasn't covered in a while, and I've been saying this for a few weeks. I still think Baker's hurt. I said this from when they faced the Rams about 3 weeks ago, and that was like an exhibition for the Rams. But I just think something's missing, that magic that he had in the fourth quarters. He used to come back out of nowhere, and now it's just it's kind of flattened out. And I mean, I think Tampa Bay knows that those 2 games against Carolina, it's pretty much like a mini playoff series right there. So these games really don't matter too much, really. Carolina and both Tampa could lose, and they both could win. I don't think it really matters either way. So divisional game, I'll take the ugly dog with Atlanta plus 4.5. They let me down last week as my only loss, so I want my money back. So, all right, Jer, you're going to Monday Night Football. You are going to Miami and the Steelers. Paul's Steelers coming off an upset victory. Miami, believe it or not, has the same record as the Kansas City Chiefs, Jer. What kind of world are we living in?
No, Miami's just showing a little bit too much heart for me to pass them over. I kind of see this being a closer game than people realize. I know Miami can put up points. I know the Steelers can put up points in waves, but I just see somehow the Steelers winning a close, maybe a 16-13, 21-18 battle, and Miami plus the 3.5 is just too juicy. They can still get to 10-7. Those Miami Dolphins.
Crazy to think, but yeah, the schedule lines up. They've already faced Buffalo, I think, both times, and I don't know about New England. I know they've already faced them one time, right? But yeah, I guess it's just when it lines up for you, it lines up. Paul Steelers might be feeling themselves a little bit after beating Big Bad Baltimore in Baltimore, and now they're laying points. So I see you on that one.
Definitely looking at the dysfunction of Miami, thinking, "Oh, we got these guys." Everyone's fighting for their jobs
Steelers
for next year on Miami. No one knows what's going to be happening, so they're playing their hearts out.
Yeah, I mean, obviously Miami's got to win everything to make a real push here. But Steelers, I think they didn't really impress too many people last week. I think more Baltimore just tripping on themselves and playing really horrible. But yeah, that's what Baltimore has been doing this year. Kansas City's been doing it this year as well. And weird to see, but it's the world we're living in right now. All right, time for our dog of the week. Anyone who's been watching the show should not be following these dog of the week picks because they're horrible, Jerry. We lost both of our dogs last week. But for shits and giggles, I will.
It's important to follow our dogs and how close that we came to. My dog of the week last week, Cincinnati. They should have won that game. Josh Allen magic at the end was the only thing that took it away from them. These
not many underdogs won straight up, right? Not many underdogs won straight up last week, so it's tough pickings. But I'll take Denver this week. Not that I think that they're that great, because obviously I've been betting against them quite a bit. But I just think, it's disrespectful to make them the underdog. I think they should be -1, 1.5 here. So a numbers play for me on Denver. You are taking the Lions against the Rams. I believe this is a playoff revenge spot for the Rams.
Yeah, and Jared Goff always loves to get the chance. Tiny bit of revenge. How dare you give me away? Kind of
stick
thing.
It to his old squad.
Beat them at their own game, kind of thing. Maybe they're talking like, "Hey, like Carolina beat these guys. Like, come on, we can do it. Like, we can beat these guys too, right?" So, yeah. I like them.
Well, I mean, the spread's now gone up to 6 in that game. It was 4.5. And I was kind of looking at the Lions just on the spread, and I was like, okay, let's see how this line moves. But now it's up to 6, so obviously people are liking the Rams. But, yeah, I mean, I'm really interested in that game. We'll move on to teaser picks for the NFL Week 15. I got 2 up my sleeve. I'll quickly give them out. New Orleans plus 8.5. Washington plus 8.5. Just trying to get those 2 divisional games over a touchdown. And then Cincy plus 8.5. And then Denver plus 8. So a lot of plus 8s and 8.5. For me, just trying to get these close games over a touchdown. For you, you're getting Houston under a field goal, Jer, and then you're taking the Chargers up to 12.5 now that they're 5.5.
Yeah, 12.5. Yeah, I like the Chargers with some double digits attached to it. And yeah, I think Houston's going to win that game. It might be low scoring, so I love the 2.5. Usually any team that wins win at least by 3. And that's
Yeah,
why I
it's the
love it.
most common number. Yeah, okay. Let's do a little recap of your picks. Buffalo -1, Green Bay -2.5, Carolina -2.5, and Monday Night Football. You are going against Paul's Pittsburgh Steelers. The voodoo from Paul will be strong, he says.
All my favorites can win by a field goal this week. Great value that way. Check it.
Yeah, I'm taking Kansas City -4.5. Yeah, got to get this spread before it goes up. Indy +14 when the line goes up. Washington +2.5 in the toilet bowl, and Atlanta +4.5 on Thursday Night Football. Look out for our preview of Thursday Night Football, Sunday Night Football, and Monday Night Football this week. And then we'll have 2 previews next week for our Saturday games, which will be pretty exciting.
Yeah,
so pretty much wraps up the Week 15 show. Thank everyone for joining us. We're gonna catch everyone next time.
Peace.